Even though this was supposed to be episode 30, I'm changing it to episode 29 because I just can't stand this book anymore. The Crystal Star. My God, does this book suck. It is so awful. I didn't even bother I didn't read through the whole thing. I skimmed through a good chunk of it after a certain point because this book is that bad. And not much really happens that's really exciting or good. It is boring throughout the book. Honestly. There's many things I could say why this fucking book sucks. Okay, let's look at the cover, shall we? The cover seems alright. But the book, that's the only thing I can say about the book. Even the cover isn't that good. The Crystal Star, if you're curious to know, is at a time in Star Wars, there was a lot of bad books that were released during this time. You had books like Children of the Jedi, Darksaber, and Planet of Twilight. This was released right after Planet of Twilight. At least chronologically, this is after Planet of Twilight. And before the Blackfeet Crisis. And my God, is this book terrible! This is the first time I've read a Star Wars book that I wanted to take this fucker and chug it across the room. Because it is so bad. The writing is awful. The characters are out of character. The villains are boring. I don't even remember most of the characters' names that were introduced in this book, only to never be seen again. Other than Waru. One reason I know who Waru is because Nat and a bunch of other in the Legends podcast were joking about having Waru as our president. But there's just nothing compelling. Ironically, a character that first appeared in this book appears in Hutt Gamble. But this book is awful. There's nothing redeeming about it. Even the parts of the Solo Kids is fucking a chore to go through. I mean, what were they thinking? And there's even occurrence where there's spelling errors at some points, and it's a problem with grammar. Who the hell thought it was such a good idea to publish this shit? I need a fucking beer. Seriously, I need a fucking beer. Oh my God. There's not a single thing I could say. This book felt like a waste of time reading. I don't care what some of you people say who think, oh, everything in the new canon is shit. I hate the new canon, but this is worse than even that stuff. I would rather read Aftermath than read this shit again. Oh my God. And the stupidity of Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. They felt like they were fucking roommates that bickered all the damn time. I owe Dawn of the Jedi an apology. Dawn of the Jedi was awful. It really was. But nowhere near this. It's just Dawn of the Jedi came out at a time where the era that it took place in wasn't fleshed out, and unfortunately is a victim of one of the decisions of Disney canceling the expanded universe. So Dawn of the Jedi, it's not completely its fault why it sucks. Probably if it had more time to develop, that book might have been something decent, and actually everything went according to plan. But there's nothing redeeming about this book. Nothing. Everything about this book is awful the way it's written. I mean, whoever thought it was such a good idea to allow this book to be published should have been fired. This book is awful. This is like the worst of Star Wars. And I'm going to read you some of this shit right here. At least from chapter 1. The children have been kidnapped. Leia ran hamstrung toward the... Whatever, I'm not going to bother with that. Let's continue on. It's just some of the dialogue is also awful. You know what? I'm not even going to bother. Fuck it. There's nothing redeeming about this book. I wouldn't use this to wipe my ass with for toilet paper. This book is worthless. This book is so cheap to find in hardcover, it's insane. How does this get a hardcover? But none of the Rogue Squadron books do. Or should I say X-Wing. None of those get fucking hardcovers. This piece of shit does? I don't care how big of a fan you are of the original EU. Nothing in the Disney canon is as bad as this in terms of the way it's written. I do not care. This book is awful. This is the worst book I've ever read in my life. This book is dreadful. There's nothing redeeming about it. The children... There's so many damn characters that I don't even care about. Like, I just skimmed through most of it. Like, when I got to page, like, 268, because I just didn't care anymore. I mean, I'm not going to hold back my series for this piece of shit of a book. You would have to be a masochist to read the whole thing. And you know what? You don't need to read the whole thing of this book to know it's awful. I've read as much as I physically can take. This book has caused me physical pain. I will need years of psychological therapy for me to get over the trauma I've had reading this book. That was not such a good idea. But you see how much this book pissed me off. This book is the definition of awful. And it is not worth your time. Skip this book over. If you see a copy of this book, burn it. Don't even use it for toilet paper. Don't buy this book. Even if you're a completionist, you're not going to miss out on anything. This book is barely referenced in the EU. I could get into more detail what makes this book so awful, but I'm not going to spend enough time on this book as it is. I've had it. This book is a piece of shit. In my new ranking system, the top tier is masterpiece. Bottom, on the one below that, is classic. Good. Decent. Mediocre. Shit. Fanfiction trash. That's my verdict for the Crystal Star. Fan fiction trash. Skip it over, burn it, use it to wipe your ass if you want. I don't care. No, maybe you don't want to wipe your ass with the Crystal Star. It's not worth it. Anyway, fuck the Crystal Star. I'm never fucking touching that piece of shit again. I hope you enjoyed my suffering, because I have no intention of touching that piece of shit again. Fuck the Crystal Star. And may the Force be with you, everyone. This is Darcinovia. Over and out.